Today was the K-pop Demon Hunter Skin Cup, and I decided from game 1 that I was going to play full passion, meaning that every game I was playing for endgame. And this strategy ended up going very well, playing super consistent my first 2 games getting double top 5s. So going into game 4 I had to keep that consistency up. I decided in the mid game to camp on these barrels to see if I could get a free kill. After we both ended up trading damage, this fight dragged out for a really long time. So I needed a kill, otherwise I was going to have nowhere near enough loot to play out the game. So after frying and running away from the fight, I decided to full send it for the kill. Even after this elim, I was still super shambles, so I decided to scrap loot around the gas station. And I also decided to sacrifice a bit of my HP farming mats in the storm. After frying this guy, I decided to full send it for the loot. With this refresh, I finally had enough loot to play out the game. After jetpacking, I accidentally landed on height. However, the guy up here had absolutely zero awareness, so I was able to take it for free. At this point, all I had to do was hold high and I had an easy top 3. No, man. Even though I didn't win this game, my goal is to have as many top 5s as possible and stay consistent, instead of going for a ton of pop-off games. So whenever I was getting keyed by a good player, I'd fight back and show them that I was good. By doing this, they'd usually disengage and I wouldn't get stuck in a long drawn out fight. In this game, I instantly rotated to the center of zone and set up in a base. By doing this, I was easily able to get my surge up while also not getting hit. Since I was on backside when the zone pulled max, I decided to sprint a little bit before jetpacking. By doing this, I was behind everyone else in the air, so I wasn't getting fried. Since I wasn't on backside, I was able to hold everyone and get my surge up before rotating. At this point, I needed a hard play for a refresh. Kill right now is the difference between a top 25 and a top 5. With a top 7 after that game, I was sitting with over 300 points, and I only had enough time to play out one more game. In my last game, I ended up early rotating to center zone again. By doing this, I was easily able to get my surge up. Then I decided to rotate deeper into zone so I wouldn't get stuck on congested side. However, of course, zone pulled straight back to where I was before. However, thankfully, I was able to get in without getting shot even once. no height, I decided just to spin the circles and stay in the air. At this point, I needed a kill bad. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find the refresh and went down pretty early on. However, I pretty comfortably qualied and got the skin. Anyways, if you enjoyed, subscribe.